I think you're supposed to say like unalived.
Clacked.
Yeah, he got. You know what I mean? He got. He got. So it's a story as old as time. You're messing with a humongous corporation that has all the power under their whatever dark crap they have. You talk shit about them, mind you, that have information that will put them damn near out of business against their highest competitor, Airbus. That's a European company that has the resources to control everything, every airplane. And you're going against the powers that be in America. Not us. We'll get you. We'll tell you to shut the fuck up. You're not going to go to court and testify with evidence against us talking about our planes are not safe. We got you. We'll fuck you up.
And was this all over those 737s or the 777s?
The ones that were nose diving? 737 Maxes.
Yeah. 737 Max.
I'm not sure. I'm not sure if it was about the Dreamliners or the 737s. I'm not quite sure because they're having issues with both of them. The 777 Dreamliner is the one that keeps falling. The door keeps falling off, and the 737 Max is the one that keeps crashing. Yeah, because it started with that, and everyone said, "Oh, if it's Boeing, I'm not going," and all this shit. And now they're testifying against it. I think maybe it was the 737 Max.
Isn't it interesting? We keep on getting worse with like manufacturing.
American manufacturing, mind you.
Well, because like the Boeing, and then a lot of these people with like the Tesla trucks, are like, these are not made well.
American manufacturing, and we like the thing about American manufacturing is we boast about like how our shit is like the best. You know what I mean?
American
like
made
parts and everything
it's all
like that.
Like artisanal and
the best, and we double check it, and all of our checking does the checking, and the check is checked. No, but like I don't know, man. A plane should be like the most checked thing ever. Like more than a car, like more than like most things.
And that's where it gets odd for me again, because I feel like, let's call it like planes and cars are some of the most regulated like industries in the world.
Yeah. That's why people don't even get into the business, because they're like, Jesus Christ, before we even start, the rules and laws against it are going to screw me financially. I can't even begin.
Right.
Yeah.
So basically they're getting caught for falsifying how well the plane was testing.
Yeah, and like probably like using cheap parts and like, you know, not doing all the checks together to whatever, and then like they're gonna testify against it, saying that these parts of the plane was cheaply made and this plane is unsafe. And there's video evidence of people in the factory going, I wouldn't fly this plane. The plane's unsafe. Like hidden cameras of people in the factory making the fucking plane, talking about, hell no, I wouldn't fly this. That's enough evidence to go, fuck no. And mind you, all this is happening while like I'm getting on a flight. Like I'm playing Flight Simulator, for God's sake, learning how to fly a plane, and they're talking about like this plane, they might crash. I get turbulence. I'm getting scared. I'm shitting myself on the way to New Mexico.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh fuck, like, is this a Boeing plane?
Well, a plane still hasn't gone down though, right?
No, like okay, so there's this weird. I think this is where like America holds their chest out, where they go, well, no Americans have died on American soil on one of our planes. In like the past, God only knows how many years, which is true. That includes the Hudson River. That includes any minor crashes. That includes a bunch of shit.
The big ones don't go down.
Yeah, they pretty much
don't.
It's
all the Cessnas.
Yeah,
and helicopters.
Small ones.
Do not go on helicopters.
Right. Yeah, dude, that's totally fucked. But like, yeah. So, but it's interesting how. So that's where they post their chest out. But the plane's not supposed to. The door's not supposed to rip off. Like the landing gear is not supposed to break. You know what I mean? Like it's not supposed to nosedive. Even the 737 Maxes that crashed, they weren't on American soil. So they go, oh, it was the Kenyan pilot. Oh, it was the Italian pilot, or with that. But but Boeing, American company, you made that plane.
Did you see there is a bunch of like conservatives right now talking about like the DEI of like black women flying planes?
Okay.
But let's not get off of the first tangent though.
Okay, because like that's a whole nother thing. Like I just, it blows my mind when people go, oh, woke, and then it's just like a woman flying a plane. They go, it's woke. I'm like, no, that's just like a woman who trying to fly a plane. You know how hard it is to like get there in that position to start. Yeah. That woman has been wanting to fly a plane for a long time. That she didn't just like wake up one day and like, I'm gonna fucking be a pilot. That shit takes like years, and you have to love it and all that shit.
I don't know if it had anything to do with the plane thing.
Yeah.
I think it had to do with like some level of verification of something that they were saying they were like lowering the standards. I haven't looked into it at all. Because it's also one of those, I think it's a very idiotic mute talking point that I think the right gets on every once in a while.
Yeah, they get on real quick. Yeah,
I was like, dude,
I noticed that. Like, even if it's like a little, like, and like, first of all, companies have been doing this for actually the longest time. You ever filled out a fucking resume? What's your race? What's your color? Are you Mexican or are you Hispanic? Are you? Like, then ask you again. Are you sure you're Mexican? Like they every time, no matter what. Then like they go at the corporate. They go, okay, we only have an X amount of this and that and that and that. We need to hire more black people. So when they check that black box, fucking hire them. They've been doing that.
I mean, if that's the way it is for the pilot, I think that's maybe not good.
Well, that's not good. That's not good. That's not good. But I'm just saying, like, that's actually been happening in corporations like kind of forever.
Yeah, well, that's the whole why can't I think of the word, right?
Woke, this, that. That's what they call it. And first of all, woke, that's not
how does it work when it's like getting into college? What's it called? Affirmative action. Affirmative action.
Yeah, affirmative action.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know. Being a pilot, it's hard. Like I'm trying to fly a plane, a flight simulator. That shit's hard. Like it's like 1,000 checks you have to do. I'm like, fuck, I can't remember this. You know, and every plane is different. Fuck this. You know, from an A320 to an A310 is like a fucking world different.
Oh really?
It's a completely different planet. A310.
You're talking about a video game right now, though.
I'm fucking talking about flight simulator. Okay, A310 was made in like the 1960s versus the A320 made in like fucking 10 years ago. But completely different ball game.
Can you fly the 737 Dreamline thing that goes down?
The 777 Dreamliner? I think you can buy it. I think it's not available. Like you have to buy it like for $2 or whatever.
Oh, and you're just still on the freemium.
Oh yeah, of course.
Gotcha.
You think I'm paying for it? I did pay for the livery. I did pay for like the Delta United livery. I paid $3 for that.
What does that mean?
Basically, like when you get in a plane for the A320, you can have like a Delta, American, Southwest, like painted on it, which I thought was nice because before it was just like a blank white.
So it felt
plane.
more real.
Yeah.
Who do you fly for?
Delta. You know.
Yeah.
I do this really weird thing.
Can you get Air Emirates?
I can get Air Emirates. I do the but they don't have an A380 for some reason on the flight simulator, which is so crazy. That's like their plane, whatever.
Is that the double decker one?
Yeah, the double decker. There's a 737 and the A380. The 737 is the American Boeing one with the hump, and then the A380 is like the super big wide one.
Okay.
Yeah. But there's a super weird thing where I'll fly like wherever I just flown to the place that I just went from LAX or whatever, and then like I'll go like the day it went. The reason why is because it has like wet. Why am I talking about this?
So you go before you fly. After. You like to simulate.
Yeah. After I fly, I'll go back when I come home to fly back.
To test how well the simulator did?
Yeah, to fly back to where I just went. So, because for instance, it was really windy in Albuquerque coming in. Like, it was so, like, I thought it was Boeing. I thought it was going to crash. This shit was crazy. It was like, the plane was like this, landing.
Okay.
And I was like kind of freaked out, right? Because I don't like that, you know? But I went back to Albuquerque that same night to like test the wind. You know what I mean? It's decent, but it didn't go that crazy. But it's fine. I'll live with it. But it was windy.
Do you get real-time data?
Yeah.
So you can fly in the same conditions you're going to fly in? Mm-hmm. Oh, that's kind of cool.
Yeah. It goes back to the weather of the day, and then it'll be like,
Are you crashing planes?
I am trying not to now. Because it's unfulfilling because like what happens is if you crash a plane flight simulator, the screen just goes black. It doesn't crash, break up, fire.
It doesn't tell you like fatality rate?
No, it does. It wouldn't tell you fatality rate. It just tell you like your plane crash or you overstress the plane and it just goes black. But it doesn't like
They should put in some like actuarial science.
That's what I'm saying.
And because like they've already done all these other like very
it's a simulation
realistic
for the whole plane, the wings, everything.
They should give you casualty rate.
Come on, 169 souls, baby. You know that's what they call it. 169 souls lost.
Who says that?
That's what they call it. If you when they say like with like ATC when they go like how many souls do you have aboard? They got about 120.
How many souls do you think you've lost?
Oh, a few. You know what I mean?
1,000?
Well, I don't think have I crashed a big plane. I usually crash smaller planes, so like maybe a couple people died.
So when you fly from LAX to Albuquerque, how long does it take?
It takes the actual amount of time.
Wait.
Yes.
So you watch your podcast in 1.5 or 2.5. But you don't fly your flight simulator in 1.5?
It goes through. I can't make it go faster. I can only the only thing you can do is you can skip ahead from like ascent, descent, approach, or whatever, but you can't make the plane go faster other than like accelerating.
So why would you not go from ascend to descent? Like
I've done it before.
What? possibly happens in the middle
Nothing.
that you're missing out on?
Nothing. You're on cruise control. So, but it's the game. It's the game I fall asleep to be fair, because it's very peaceful. But like, you're on cruise control and you're just chilling there. You set the altimeter, you set the altitude rate, you set the heading, and then you just you're kind of sitting there and waiting.
For like an hour?
Depends on how long you fly.
Is there ads?
No,
ad breaks?
no, you're just chilling there. And like, I start texting people. Like, I'm on cruise control. What do you mean?
Do you ever like fly low during that time?
Yeah, I do whatever. But like sometimes I'll simulate like a real flight. Like, okay, we got to like 32,000 feet. Like, I don't know, I'll like approach like for like 1,000.
And then just lock in?
Yeah, I have my vertical speed, my vertical climb rate at like 800, and just like slowly come up, and then lock in, cruise control, boom, and then do the proper thing. Call it ATC, like, hey, I'm landing at Albuquerque, squawk 3240, and then you'd be like, squawk back, acknowledge, and they're like, all right, and then like,
is this like Fortnite? Do multiple people play at the same time?
Yeah. So you see like, you literally, the planes that are in the sky are like other people, so you can like see them. You're like, oh, what's up, homie? But you can't talk to them, but like, yeah.
Oh, they don't even let you like pass.
No, they don't let you talk to them.
That's weird.
Yeah, you have to like go to like a private Discord and like have like a private thing to like talk to people.
You should get on that Discord if you have an hour of time to burn.
Yeah, right.
What's the longest flight you've taken?
Probably honestly, like probably like an hour and a half. I haven't gone that far. Like probably like maybe an hour and a half tops. Because like after like it's like Jesus Christ. Usually my on average are like 15, 20, 30 minutes tops.
What? So you usually just flying from like LA to Vegas kind of stuff?
Wherever. You can fly anywhere.
LA to San Diego.
Anywhere in the world. Anywhere in the world. So I think I was just doing Canary Islands the other day.
Where are the Canary Islands?
Well, I think it was called the Canary Islands, but whatever islands are right off Morocco, but they're technically Spanish islands, but it's hard to see. But like they're right there, and then I decided like, oh, I'm like, what's that? And I started flying around the islands. For me, you know what it is? It's kind of like a
meditation.
Well, meditation, sure, it's very peaceful, nice to teach you how to fly as well. But it's also like a crazy version of like Google Maps. So like you like discover shit like slowly. Like flying around. It's like I was finding a spot that I never seen before. Like just like some like I found some like mid-African Democratic Republic of Congo river, and I'm like, what's that? And I just follow the river. I follow the mountain range or something. I'll follow.
Oh, so that then you don't care about your passengers.
Yeah, no, fuck them. You know what I mean? Yeah, they can suck a dick. But like, but if you do something too crazy, the plane would be like, yeah, like you overstretched the plane, it ripped apart. Like you can't, like you can't. Then you have to restart the shit, and it's annoying. Yeah.
Can you get in like a Cessna and like really fly around, or
Hell
like
yeah.
a little jet?
Hell yeah, I do it all the time. Little jets are the best, you know. And I'll do this weird thing where
what's your favorite little jet? G5, G6, like what?
The Cessna Textron Citation. That's very nice. It's like a private jet. You probably seen it before many times. It's a private jet. You have the holy shit.
Little neighbors are playing. You're all right.
That scared the fuck out of me. And it shouldn't, because I hear gunshots all the time and fireworks all the time where I live.
It's kids playing soccer.
I know, but like I'm thinking it's gunshots, fireworks.
No, we're in.
Or someone drops
Orange
something from the 12th floor on the ground.
Yeah, it's a little different in Orange County.
That's, you know,
it's little children playing soccer.
I'm like, just put your guns out. What was I saying? Yeah, the Textron Citation, the TBM. What's it called? The Daher TBM 690, whatever the plane is called. The Beechcraft. The Beechcraft King Air, and then they have the Beechcraft something else. The little one, which I kind of want to buy now. I don't know. I've gotten so much into that. Like it makes me like want to get into like private aviation, like get my pilot's license and shit. Like I'm dead serious.
You should do that.
Like I'm very dead serious. Like that's something I want to do. Like Bill Burr style, where like you're doing your comedy, you're doing your thing, and you get a helicopter's license. Like I kind of want to get my pilot's license.
I think Gear Down does that stuff.
Yeah, he 100% does.
Where he like shows people the ropes of how to do it.
Dude, I'm like like I don't know. Like I'm like that's like because that's like my like kind of like my thing a little bit, because I already like driving as is. I like, you know, I would love to like race and stuff, and like flying a plane, man. Like that sounds fun.
You can't do any drugs though.
No, which sucks.
So you got to clean.
Yeah, you got to be like
you're clean now, but.
No, I'm not drinking, but I am smoking a little bit too much weed, and I need to chill with that too.
Can pilots not smoke any weed?
I don't think so. Definitely not commercial, because they would. I think that 90% sure they drug test you. Actually, more like a 99.9% sure they drug test you.
Yeah, I do think a commercial pilot probably shouldn't be on anything.
No, but what's weird, because like drinking culture in pilots is like kind of crazy. Like so, like the likelihood of you having like a hungover pilot is like kind of decent.
Right, that makes sense.
So it's like, and
that's way worse.
Kinda, you know what I mean? Like the being hungover is not too much different in the head than if you're like high, because you're not like operating at full capacity.
The only difference about alcohol and weed to me is I think that weed smokers are more like do it all day.
Sure.
Where like alcohol's a little bit more like when you get home.
Well, I mean,
but a real alcoholic is all day.
Oh yeah, both can be done all day, and both can be done at times.
Yeah. But the all day drinker is gonna get caught way sooner.
Oh yeah.
Than the all day smoker.
Yeah. Oh, for sure.
All day smoker like never would get caught.
You can hide it. You can do just little vapes. You can edibles. You can eye drops. But drunker, yeah, you're just gonna end up being drunk.
Eye drop
somewhere.
weed.
No, eye drops to clear your retinas. Yeah. I don't go this whole tangent, but I'm just saying, Boeing, the guy suicided. Yeah. Oh yeah. So I'm saying the story is as old as time, dude. Like you talking about a guy trying to whistleblow against big corporation. That's like a guy trying to give dirt on a dirty politician, and all of a sudden he just dies.
Yeah.
I'm not saying anything. I love Barack Obama and everything, but Jesus Christ, you know, the cook, the chef, like what? He just died in his pool.
Yeah.
And I'm the type of guy, like I'll be like, maybe he just died in the pool. You know what I mean? Like I like Barack Obama that much, but like kind of like, hey, like, come on.
This guy's just swimming.
You know, like what do you mean?
At your house.
Like what do you mean?
Right.
You know, and a Boeing guy just suicided right the day before he's supposed to testify. One of the biggest corporations in America. You don't think they 100% have every big corporation has guys they can call, but like, hey.
Well, nobody thought that Boeing was like this though, right?
Every big corporation, no matter if they sell Barbies, for God's sake. If Barbie Corporation, Mattel would be like, you know what, we need to get this motherfucker.
You think most corporations on the Fortune 500 have bodies?
Yeah. Yes.
What?
I think probably all of them do.
All of them?
Dude, maybe not like Honest Company from Jessica Alba.
Like, hey, okay. Do you think McDonald's has bodies?
Oh my God, they have the most bodies. First of all, they kill motherfuckers with their food. Second, you gonna step on our land, Burger King? Fuck you. You gonna step on my shit? We real estate. They're real estate, mind you. They're not the burgers, it's the real estate. The franchise people have the burgers. Real estate will, you kill a motherfucker for my land. You gonna the law is gonna step in and do this with my shit. We're gonna politic and have that handled. Probably politicians too, like low-level politicians that don't sign the shit to get their land approved. Well, fuck you.
Do you think that would be the most surprising company that has like the most bodies? What company do you think?
Not surprising. Not surprising at all.
What company would like surprise you with bodies?
Honest Company by Jessica Alba. Because I love Jessica Alba, and I wouldn't think she'd get a body. But I don't know. When you get
Toys R Us before they went down, GameStop.
They got. You think that's a good GameStop? Maybe Toys R Us. They got bodies. That fucking giraffe. I don't know, man. That giraffe is evil. GameStop. I don't know. They're too nerdy and
Disney.
They're too tough. Disney got bodies. Are you kidding me? Disney got bodies under Disneyland right now. Are you Disney? They probably got millions of bodies.
I mean, just because I'm a conspiracy theorist, I think they're probably some of the highest body count.
Dude, the largest body count Disney. Are you kidding me? You know how many motherfuckers they killed from Nickelodeon themselves? DreamWorks? Universal? They got motherfuckers.
Disney doesn't own Nickelodeon, right?
No, but anybody try to step?
Oh.
Anybody try to step? Who? You know who we are? We the mouth, motherfucker, or what?
Right.
Hell no. And then that's their land thing. I think probably the bodies come with like land. You know, like when they were trying to build Disney World, they had to do all this secret shit to get the land and acquire it.
That's probably why he's like, yo, we need to build out in Florida.
Yeah.
Because we need more like Disney World.
Well, yeah.
And we need to get into the like the swamp.
Right.
And get out there.
And if anybody steps to the swamp,
you going to Disney World. What if that's where it started?
That's what I'm saying. You're going into the swamp.
You just won the championship. Where are you going?
Disney
I'm
World.
going to Disney World.
Chop.
You think, yeah, like thousands of people.
100%.
That was their last thing they said.
100%. They were so excited. And the last thing I saw was a fucking mouse.
They probably would do it in the costumes.
100%. Why not? That's more fun. You can't see me. I can't see you. Die with a mouse on your face. That sounds fun from the person doing it, not fun from the person getting it got. You know?
Yeah.
I don't know. You know, I
that would be an unbelievable statistic to figure out. Like, what is the most corrupt, murderous company in U.S. history?
I would argue
outside of the mob stuff and all the classics.
Oil companies probably like the top. Because they will get you and they own everything and they don't give a fuck. Oil companies, the Chevron, the Shell, the big oil holders of the what's that one company? The Dow Industrials. Those chemical companies, big.
Dow Industrials is like a collection of all the oil companies,
right.
Just to be able to like trade on, I think.
Right, no, and they're on the trade, but like they have their own like company and shit that they make like chemicals and shit.
Oh,
yeah, and they do like other. God only knows what these corporations they do. Big corporations kind of do everything because they have the money to do everything.
Right.
So they'll just own land. They'll fucking own their underwear and they'll own the oil too. They'll do all that weird shit, and they'll own Nike for some reason.
Yeah.
They'll just be like, yeah, like we just bought Nike and whatever. Like it's weird. I don't know.
That's funny.
So I mean, the biggest violators of corporations got to be oil. I would say second, probably entertainment, like big in like Disney motherfuckers and all that.
Yeah, Disney's easy to figure. Like that's
like come on.
Because if you're, I truly think that rape's worse than murder.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And so if you're willing to rape, you're definitely willing to.
Yeah,
murder.
yeah. I mean, come on.
Right.
Yeah.
So when we found out pretty quickly that Hollywood rapes.
Yeah.
Like, well, you can't say rape, but
they do wild shit. Too wild.
They do R words on. Hollywood does R words.
Yeah.
So if you're willing to R word, you're willing to murder.
Yeah. And you're willing to smear campaign. You're willing to.
Yeah.
Like if anybody says no, they didn't touch my booty. What's his name? The guy from Nickelodeon, Dan Schneider or whatever his name is. He's like, oh, the guy that didn't let him fuck his ass got his show canceled.
Right.
So it's like, you know,
that person murders.
Yeah. Like you. Yeah. But we don't know. We don't need to kill you. We just cancel your show so you end up being nobody for the rest of your life. Sorry, I knew you were on iCarly, but I knew you were the only guy with the dreads in iCarly. You probably had a future, but you didn't let me fuck. So
I didn't realize it's coming out that Michael Jackson probably got murdered, and I didn't really realize
that's been a conspiracy though.
Yeah, I didn't realize how I kind of went down the conspiracy theory on it.
Mm-hmm.
And it seems like fairly rational that something happened.
Kinda.
That's crazy.
Like an overdose from a doctor. That's actually, if you think about it, that an overdose from a doctor, like how often does that actually happen to a high profile celebrity?
Yeah. And his security had started like that month. New security got switched out. And then there's connections to this individual group that has played roles in letting people go.
That's one thing I've realized. Like, I don't know, this is like a micro thing, but like when people talk about PR, right? I think that's actually very interesting conversation. People may not realize of like what PR is and like what when it comes to you. For instance,
it's all propaganda.
Pretty much.
Of course it is.
Pretty much, yeah. Because like I never forget. I met this girl. I think it might have been right after COVID actually, or during it or something like that at Say Social House. I was talking to her and we're drinking this up, and she's like, "Oh, I work for a PR company," and she goes, "Yeah." So and for some reason I talked to her and she mentioned something about how the COVID message is getting out, and I was telling her, I was like, you know, when all these late night shows, all of them, like I didn't even know their names anymore. But all those guys kind of say the same thing in the beginning of their shows. It's almost the same monologue over and over and over again. Like It almost doesn't sound that much different.
Oh, less than late night. You're even talking like a Channel 10, Channel 11.
That too.
Like that's when it gets very scripted.
That too, for sure. But then they're like owned by the same people, and you can say that, okay.
And then the other writers, like the Kimmels, say it in a better way.
Right. They say
it's the same press
thing,
release.
Same thing. But like so I was asking, I was like, why? Because I didn't know about press PR at the time. And I was like, why all these late night show hosts say like damn near the same exact narrative, same thing? Like, oh yeah, like we sent that script, we sent that to them so they can like do that. Like we sent that to all of the late night shows, so like they can make sure we press this, don't press that. anti-vaxxers, press them, and then like don't worry about the other people, whatever. If someone doing that, do that. Like they tell them what to say and how to say it. Damn man, and that's PR. And that's something that's kind of like in the shadows a little bit. You know,
but then it is truly the way it works.
Yeah,
which is you write what you want them to say, and then you have them play off of it.
Right.
And hopefully it catches fire and goes like to a bunch of, because like everyone, like let's say, like, well, for example, like we're launching a podcast with Lamar and Caitlin.
Hell yeah.
So when we're doing that PR press run, that catches fire pretty quickly.
Yeah.
And everyone picks up that that press run.
Yeah, yeah.
Now, if me and you did a press release on this show, we would be in the same stack, but it wouldn't get as picked up.
Yeah, yeah.
Because they would just be like, TMZ would still get it.
Right.
But they would go,
who is
irrelevant?
Who is King Cam? Who is LJ? But yeah, a big name. If I'm
they all
Kanye
go,
West.
oh, cool. So then when they pick up your paper, because you matter to them,
yeah,
they go, what do you want me to say? And then they run it. Now, you don't really have any of control at all of what they say.
No, yeah.
But let's say they didn't really know what to say. They kind of have like a script to a sense.
Generally, yeah.
Of like, okay, this is what it is. It's like the back of a book cover.
Yeah.
Tell me what the book's about.
Yeah, pretty much.
And what's weird about it with a lot of stuff when like big studies come out, like FDA stuff and like that stuff's so heavily scripted that like that's when you get the person literally sitting up front being like, this is this. And then you watch the same thing in Minnesota and you see it in North Carolina.
Yeah.
And the same person saying the same
thing.
Exact thing.
Yeah. That's when it's wild.
That's where it gets really interesting really quick.
Yeah.
But
no matter what.
As much as it matters even for medicine and all these types of things like FDA and big pharma, they're still doing this on levels within social culture.
Yeah.
Like little stuff, like Diddy stuff and like 50 Cent stuff. Like that's all campaigns. It's the same thing as like President Trump and Biden campaigns. We all know that's propaganda.
Yeah.
Because that's what it's supposed to be. We want them to tell us what they think and we understand it's manipulation.
Right.
We figured that out.
We already know.
But a P. Diddy, a Nickelodeon, a Disney are playing the same exact game.
They've been doing
as a Trump or a Biden or a pharmaceutical company.
No different.
It's the same thing. It might have different intentions.
Right.
It's not always bad intentions, but it is the same game.
Same thing.
Yeah.
Same thing. What makes it so interesting too is like, I think we're at a point, and I've kind of, you know how I get all my news from Twitter, and I kind of look at Twitter and stuff like that. But I've noticed something, because I think in the weirdest way that we as people, it's either two things. That it goes all the way down to like a specific Twitter account that starts releasing the PR stuff, which is totally possible and actually true in some cases. But down to a Twitter account that starts tweeting things and like, oh, like essentially the PR gets to like a famous Twitter person. And they go,
so how it would work with like our press run with Caitlin and Lamar, TMZ got it first.
Right.
And the reason you give it to them first, you can pick like it's a handful of people that honestly you can get it first from.
That matter. Yeah.
That would even matter, right?
Right.
So then when they get it first, everybody else is going TMZ reported.
Yeah.
And it all is based off of that.
Yeah.
So if that's how the media game works, it's the first basically is the source.
Yeah.
Pretty much.
Yeah, pretty much.
And everyone's going to apply that to their article and they're going to address the source. And so now when it gets into TikTok and it gets into Twitter, the source can literally be Cam Study.
Anyone.
And then you're like, everyone keeps on addressing the source.
Yes.
And back in the day when it's NBC, ABC, CBS, there's a level of like journalistic accountability, credibility, and professionalism. So that source has levels of credibility.
Yeah.
Now the rabbit hole with the source gets pretty dicey.
Dude, it gets super dicey. And it's kind of what's happens with the anger guy, reaction guy, but like I'll get into that in a second. But like basically it comes like the source is just some person. And if it goes viral or it just blows up, the tweet, everyone kind of believes it, no matter if it's true or not. I think
now, if you're smart, you look in the comments immediately,
right?
Because usually within top 5 comments, you're gonna get no, and then you're gonna hopefully be able to learn the other side.
Yes, but also sometimes it's, oh yeah, he did that shit. Oh yeah, they did that shit.
Well, 95% of it is like gonna affirm what was saw.
Yeah.
In the first, and it's funny because it's always like what was saw in the first 3 seconds, not the last 10.
Yeah. Right.
Sometimes it's like you'll see the top comment be something that everyone's liking, and the third comment will be, "Did you not watch till the end?"
Right.
You know what I mean?
100%, or even the fifth or the sixth. But like, I find it super interesting where like it's like, but what I'm trying to say is like the PR campaign that's gone from like corporation to, you know, to big news sources, to the people, to down to TMZ or whatever, has actually kind of gone down to like any random person that can tweet a viral tweet. And if you can kind of believe it, and it will spread like fire. You know? And now it can start from a tweet now and end up a news article. Usually it's the other way around, where it starts a news article and then ends up as a tweet. Sometimes it's the opposite.
Start as a news article.
It starts as a tweet and ends up as a news article.
Yes.
So
there's elements where I think Twitter does right, where when it comes from the particular person, it's actually a more valid source.
Sure.
It gets messy because it's a 50-50 thing. Instead of like the news reporting on someone, the direct source is saying, when it comes to an NFL trade, when Aaron Rodgers says, "I just got traded,"
yeah,
or likes a post that says,
"I
just got traded,"
or
like Aaron Rodgers gets traded to blah blah blah, and Aaron Rodgers likes that, go, "Oh, that actually happened."
You're right. I mean, it's tough because like you know, that's obviously, you know, real and you believe it and stuff like that. But I'm just saying like the things that are, you know, may not be real, and how like things like we've gotten to a place where like we as people that are not even with these corporations or with these people are almost doing our own PR against one another. Does that make sense? We're almost like putting out like negative PR with one another, against each other, knowing that these things can be manipulated, not real, all this stuff. But like we as people will like believe it if it goes like, if it spreads fire. I don't know if I'm making sense right now.
Well, it's because I think because our country is so polarized, generally politically, let's say when it comes to like businesses, large corporations, 50% is going to say, "I'm on the side of the corporation." So what the corporation says, they basically come like vigilantes for that group. And they're like, "We will do your fighting." Mercenaries, not vigilantes. They'll be mercenaries. When the other people become vigilantes and they're like, "We're taking this group down on behalf of whoever."
Right.
And sometimes you go, why are people fighting so hard for like Boeing?
Well,
like, what are we talking about?
Right.
Like,
so
let Boeing like either defend itself or not.
Right.
But I don't need you in the comments being, "Well, Boeing's this, that, and so great."
Right.
Like, shut up.
Right. We don't need you saying that. Yeah, exactly. They need to defend it. But we're almost at a place where like somebody will in the comments will defend it, and then we'll go like, "Well, no, they're fine." That people will like believe the comment almost, or the subtweet or whatever the fuck you want to call it. Right. Because like in Boeing's case, right? You can make an argument saying Boeing is the last great aviation company in America. If it goes down, that we're going to lose millions upon millions of jobs. We're going to lose all these planes to European corporations. We're not going to have.
It's too big to fail.
It's too big to fail.
It's GMC.
It's going to be a humongous problem if we lose Boeing. So sometimes, homie, got to get God. So one guy versus all of this.
Yeah, I mean, that's where that just can't happen.
Right.
But that is where people justify it.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's where they justify it. And I can see, unfortunately, I can see where that makes sense. But like
where an evil person can rationalize it.
Right.
Where what I would say is, you know, they just have to go through their due process and figure out what they were doing and still get got for what they deserve. But then I do think our country kind of has to like figure out how to deal with the liability of that.
Right. We need to do more like checks and balances to our own large corporations. That like we don't like companies get too big and they're lobbyists and they're in Washington doing all this shit. And if anything goes wrong, it's just like whatever.
So what gets confusing was like my last business was this company called Juice Spot. It was a raw, organic, and pasteurized juice kiosk. It was like a red box for juice.
Yeah.
And I don't know if probably most people have heard of it if you've listened to this, but we were the first FDA approved device to ever get passed to be able to sell unpasteurized beverage in an unattended retail format. We wrote the law of how to do it.
Yeah.
So we we did 100 meetings with different, there's different regulatory bodies that then basically get it approved by the FDA. And then you also have to go state by state and get approved that way.
Right.
And so when you're on the state level, you're literally talking to different state level senators and all that stuff to get the bill approved. So what I'm trying to explain is that when you're talking about levels of innovation, they are trusting you that what you're saying is real.
Right.
And they do as much as they can to like verify it, but there isn't always a lot to get done. So I'd imagine on like an airline level, it gets to a point that like these Congress people that are definitely even getting money from that organization are just putting blinders on and just saying, well, I trust Boeing to do right by it.
Because they know planes, I don't.
Yeah. And they're like, I like this company, American company. They're going to put, Boeing might say, hey, we're going to do this new jet. We're going to put it in your jurisdiction.
Yeah, your city. We're going to start it. We're going to test it right here.
We're going to do all the manufacturing.
We're going to test it in Missouri so you guys can see.
So help me get this bill passed to like do some new re-engineering
or even manufacture it in there.
Whatever it is.
Right.
And so it all comes down to different levels of trust. And it sucks that people are covering their own ass when the same Congress people should come out and be like, dude, you duped me.
Yeah.
Like I let this happen, but not on the fact of I was being a complete idiot, but on the fact of you lied to me about this. Yeah. But the Congress people don't do that.
No, they don't do that.
Because they're like, well, then you're not going to get elected because you look like a naive idiot.
Yeah.
Which you kind of are. But I, at least as a voter, would like kind of start trusting that person.
Right. To say something. Say something. It's funny. But yeah, so it's funny how that works. But like, unfortunately, that's where when people start seeing like the cracks in American society when like we're not even checking ourselves when shit falls off the plane. Like literally. And that's when it gets a little crazy. Like, then let me not even get into like pharmaceutical corporations, by the way, who has millions of bodies. Their corruption, all these oil company corruption, all these stuff like this, that keeps happening. But we go, Congress people go, they take care of our state. They got jobs in our state. They give money to me. But the people in that state are like, where's the money?
Yeah.
Where's the jobs? Why they're cutting it? Why everything sucks? What's going on here?
Yeah. You're going to just, on both sides of the line, people just kind of cover their own butt.
Yeah. So it's just stuff like that, man. And, like I said, the story is old as time, man. Like a big corporation guy dies. It couldn't be more like the day before the hearing. Jesus Christ, it couldn't be more apparent. I'm sorry. Like you kind of fucked that up a little bit. At least do it like, I don't know, after.
Is it too obvious that it's not real? Like, would they be that outrageous about it? That they would even let that happen?
The day before. And the guy's like literally like, if something happens to me, he was on the news. If something happens to me, no suicide. Like day before you're testifying against something that can really, because in court, right? You can play like, the hidden cam video was like, that was just hidden cam video, and the lawyer would be like, in that situation, you don't really know if they're employees and that some bullshit, right? But testifying against your like right hand of God, like usually that's the part that like goes through. in
Right.
court. And like that's the guy. That was the guy that would be like, no, I worked in these planes. I saw what happened. I saw the checks. I asked the manager, and then like they were just like, oh, let's let it go.
Yeah, because we trust that if you like if you get a lot of people in the same room and start, there's like a moral consciousness.
Yeah.
And if you just ask everybody what happened, hopefully 90% of the people have some level of moral compass, and they're gonna give you the truth.
Right.
So then the 10 people that were lying, we all go, oh, got it. So
Yeah.
those were the 10 liars, and 9 people said, or 90 people were like, yo, that person was not it.
Right. So it was just a little like it's just bad. Like regardless, like you say, okay, if it's that bad of timing or whatever, but I'm like, what, you think they're gonna do it afterwards? No, they got to do it before.
Yeah, you just think they would do it like more before,
like way before. Yeah, like I don't know, 2 weeks.
It seems like sloppy.
Yeah, and maybe it was.
But I guess like procrastinators are like hitmen are procrastinators.
Yeah, because they don't want to do it. I don't know. Maybe they just don't feel like it sometimes. I don't know. Maybe it's not, maybe, I don't know. He saw a Christian church one day on his pass by to get the guy. And he's like, I don't know if I should do it maybe tomorrow. And then the day, I don't know.
Yeah. Just like, can you imagine just like being the guy that needs to wake the hitman up and being, hey, we talked about this.
Today you got to get Joanne or whatever.
But then again, you're talking about a hitman.
Yeah.
And I guess sometimes.
They get sad too.
Yeah.
They get depressed. They need some coffee. You know what I mean? They might not sleep
very well. A
extra
money.
A little extra money.
Probably a contract negotiation.
For Boeing? And you're like, you only give me $750,000? I want $3 million. What do you mean?
Yeah.
Big shit.
If you were to kill
shit.
someone for Boeing, how much money would you?
$5 million at minimum. You know? Is it easy? Is it hard? Is it high profile? It's high profile. If they're going to come after me, what do you mean? I have to take the risk.
Yeah.
You know? That takes a risk.
And then I wonder what the cost of like that goes. Like, how much money like do you have to?
Depends on why.
Yeah.
For instance, like I would love to pay someone to beat this one girl up that I know. All I gotta do is pay a crackhead $20 and some crack. That's all I need. Just to give her a couple punches to the face or whatever. Something in me kind of wants to do it, but I'm not gonna do it. Maybe we'll see. But like depends on the cost, because I know that's actually kind of a low risk move, because no one's coming to save anybody in downtown LA. Not by a crackhead, because she sells drugs.
Those guys don't even go to jail.
They don't go to jail. She sells drugs too. Boyfriend and sells drugs too. It won't even matter. Yeah. Like nothing will happen to me. But the risk of a crackhead doing it, who cares? $20 is some crack. That's fine.
I wonder how long you go to jail for a hit as like an assault. Like if you paid
from a crackhead $20.
Yeah. If you paid someone to punch someone in the face, not like anything more, no baseball bat,
nothing crazy, yeah,
nothing crazy, or maybe even your contract was more about like punch him in the gut,
right, whatever.
I wonder how long you go to.
First of all, to get caught with that is actually like pretty like
but
let's just say you do.
How
right?
long do you think you go to? Do you think you go to jail for like a summer? In this case,
like who is who and everything, and like where and everything, a week at best.
So just through processing,
at best, like I would say even maybe a night or two, maybe even a night. I'd probably be out a couple of hours. Yeah. In my case, in that case, in the area's case, and like who's dealing has guns and drugs in their house, and I don't. Yeah. Come on.
It just matters how many people testify against you.
Please.
And then if someone's going to testify against you, what you have to do to them, and it piles.
You think they're going to show up?
Piles and
you think they're going to? You know what I'm saying? I'm saying in my case specifically, I can do it scot free. Yeah. Like I could. But like if I wanted,
I'm saying like even if the $20 for the hit.
Yeah.
Let's say that another crackhead's going to testify against you,
which is crazy, but okay.
It's just another $20.
Like $20. Okay,
you know what I mean?
Okay,
so
listen.
By $60, like now the rabbit hole keeps on going.
All right, so homie, this is what I'm gonna do. All right, you're gonna go to the comps. I get it. You want three hots and a cot, okay? But I can give you 3 hots and some crack, okay? Like, and I'll send you a hotel room. Fine, I'll give you a hotel room, whatever. $120. Save me from a hit. That's great. Matter of fact, and now that you cost me $100, I need you to hit her a couple times more. Yeah. Now that you pissed me off. Yeah. You know? That's funny. And I would never kill nobody, but someone that I know deserves maybe a punch to the face. Maybe 2 punches.
Yeah, mild assault.
A mild assault. It's fine. You know what I mean? Whatever. Just to know, because I think some people with me, they think, you know, this is me personally talking now. I think like there's this weird thing where like I don't know, you know how many times I've been to Starbucks, right? And I'm next in line, and like all of a sudden when I get like I'm ready to I get to the counter to order, all of a sudden the fucking lady or whatever has something to do. She's like, oh, I forgot to fucking bake the bread. And she starts like walking away and starts baking. I'm like, bitch, I want a coffee right now. This happened the other day. Like this lady's just sitting there counting money. I'm like you just took the last person's order. I'm standing her in front of you. And then the other lady goes, looks that way and goes, next. I'm like, bitch, I'm right here.
Oh, she next someone behind you?
Look to the behind me. Go next. I almost screamed. I'm like, and I only want a cup of hot water because I already bought my tea. This
has been a Starbucks?
This is a Starbucks in the airport.
Well, thank God it's in like a municipality. There might be a good discrimination case for you.
Do you know how many fucking lawsuits that like I should and are?
What do you think you're up to in total value of lawsuits that you haven't ignored?
They haven't having it, dude.
That like are looming, you know, like all the people that owe you money.
Because right now,
you have over
right now, this is already probably like 100,000. Like you see the 10,000 to 100,000 lawsuit with the choking. Okay, and then we got some other shit.
Choking, but yeah, if the choking happened at a Starbucks, you're in for a million.
I got a new house. I got a brand new house.
Like $5 million.
I'm trying to get a new apartment so I don't have this one bitch looking into mine. That's what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to get the fuck out. I'm trying to move to the west side or some shit. Something.
So how many discrimination lawsuits do you think you could have potentially?
I could have been a millionaire. If, by the way, that car accident, if that motherfucker didn't die, I could have sued him for more, but he fucking died. And by the way, good.
No, dude.
Yes.
You can't say that.
Oh yeah, because you know why? Because when I got in a car accident, not a single word. I hate that. If you do me wrong, I need you to say something to me. Just say something. I don't know. How about sorry? My bad.
But he died before he could say sorry. He would have got around to it.
Before? This is months and months later. He smacked the fuck out of my Prius, end up in the well. I'm in the middle of the freeway, and then his dad looks at him and goes, what the fuck are you on? I'm like, no, what the fuck are both of you on? And what the fuck? I'm sitting here like damn near about to cry. I ain't no bitch. I ain't crying. But they didn't even say sorry, nothing. For totaling my Prius.
Did he,
So fuck.
He died in a car accident?
I'll say fuck the dad. I'll say fuck the dad for the most part. The kid died, but definitely fuck the dad. That's still alive, I think.
Yeah, well, he lost his son. He obviously is
but
he's effed.
Yeah.
So it's like a karma thing, but I don't think God's got you like that.
I mean,
I don't think he's like offing people. What are you, Boeing?
It's a bit much. I ain't gonna lie, it is a bit much. But I mean, but if he does,
a fender bender.
But I'm a fender bender. Well, did you see my fucking Prius?
Oh, is this the Taquitos one?
The white one. Yes, the Taquitos one.
Oh, he blew you up.
He blew that shit. No.
Yeah, you got smacked.
The fuck out of my car.
But you've been hit. You've been in many car accidents.
No, only a few.
You had like 3 in a year.
What are you talking? No.
Did you?
No.
I feel like you're always in like.
No.
I'm on the side of the road. Just got hit, dude.
No, I've gotten to. Let me see. How many car accidents have I gotten total? The one I can think of is maybe 1, 2, 2.5. Like the car stops, or you're talking about like a little scrape. I got 2 scrapes, 2 car accidents. Now that I think about it, that's it.
And then your car got hit on
when I was sleeping
live on whatever.
on live, yeah. But I was sleeping, mind you.
While you were parked,
I would never.
His car gets hit live on KTLA because there was like a drunk driver evading the police, and your car just gets smoked.
You know, talk about what God, yeah, no, you're right. God does not got me like that because I cannot stress how much I will never forget this. And this is what I kind of beefing with God for a little bit after this. I ain't gonna sit here and lie to you because I was literally like, God, please don't let anything happen to my car. And I said like pretty specifically, like, please God, don't let anything happen to my car tonight. because I remember I had like a huge bill that I had to pay like that week, that Monday, like a humongous bill, and I need to Uber, and I was already behind and all this shit, and I was stressed out, and I was literally like, God, please.
Yeah. Okay. You know, like, have you ever heard that? Like, I don't know if it's a Bible verse or it's a proverb kind of thing, where there's like a boat and God sends multiple boats.
Pursuit of happiness. Yeah.
Hey, can I get you? You know, God's got me.
Yeah.
Do you think maybe like there was ever like the time that your building was like, hey, we have a parking spot, and you're just like, well, I don't feel like paying it, so I'm gonna put it on the street. No, God's got me.
Yes. Okay. Yes, you're right.
Parking on the street in Los Angeles, there is no.
Well, all my broken windows.
But God doesn't like. He's not down there for the cars, dude. He has so much other stuff to do. If you like, all right,
sorry, that was really funny.
If you're at the gates and being like, man, my car got broken into in LA.
Like the guy behind you has cancer.
God's going to be like, no shit, dude. Have you not been downtown LA lately?
Have you seen these fucking devilish idiots? Yeah. Like, I don't can't control them. Like, what do you mean?
Like, give me a second,
dude. Bro. Like these dudes are like the dudes that are like, first of all, like the dudes that are hitting your car are like don't have homes. like they are like they've been gone for a long time.
Yeah,
they've been gone from the kingdom forever.
Have you seen the open daylight guys that creep the car in like the vans and jump out, look through the windows?
Oh yeah,
and then just bash that.
Disgusting.
It's crazy.
That's so disgusting to me.
It's
oh my
so
God.
bold.
Ugh. It makes me barf every time I see that.
I just think it's incredibly bold.
Well,
like it just proves that the cops must not do anything for someone to be that bold.
Well, not enough. Simply not enough.
I think it's malicious and idiotic and obviously a unbelievable crime.
Mm-hmm.
But then again, if crime goes unchecked, crime will get more.
Oh, I know that. But by the way, Karen Bass, the mayor of Los Angeles, I know that. Okay, because when she first got elected, she's like, moratorium on the homeless. We're gonna get rid of the homeless. She did it for about 2 weeks. 2 weeks.
Do you think they're back?
They are so back. They are like they're worse than ever. Dude, the corner of outside of my window when I look outside, right?
I've heard it's getting cleaned up.
My asshole cleaned up. No. Okay. The corner in front of my building, right? Of course, shitty building, all this stuff, right? They like did this thing where like they turn on the lights, like they used to be off, so people used to hide in this like dark corner. You see them like they look like I Am Legend, the aliens from I Am Legend, like huddled like this, doing crack. Okay?
Well, remember when like putting the lights in homeless areas used to be like a violation of human dignity? That happened for a second.
I know, which is crazy. So they turn on the lights. Now there's more people there, like longer a period of time. I guess they can like see now. They can see their crack now. So they're like they hang at like 3 a.m. right? And now they're just like I see it like every day. I see them crack. It makes me laugh because I'm like, you know what? At any day I can just become a crack addict. I do crack once and then I'll just be doing crack for the rest of my life.
I think it is that quick.
It's I think it takes, one time.
No. I don't think it's. I think it takes 3 to 6 months to go from normal person dealing with irregular income and difficult bills, and finally going
goodbye.
I think 6 months.
Shout out Venti Entertainment because your boy would have been. But yeah, and it probably only takes, from what I'm saying, like crack, it's so addictive. It only takes really once to do it.
Yeah. You would just like slowly, you would stop calling me, you would stop doing the pod.
Right.
After probably like a month.
Right.
First, you would probably be like pod. Let's do 5 a week.
That's super fast.
Yeah. And then I think I'd be like, oh, Cam doesn't really call anymore. You call like 3 a.m. Let's do a pod.
Yeah.
Like
all of a sudden he's like nose is dry. All of a sudden he's like getting shit on his face. All of a sudden, why is he getting?
And then I think within 6 months we probably wouldn't even talk anymore.
Right. Yeah. Which is crazy. Don't do crack, kids. You know, can't do a podcast without you. But like I'm just saying, like these people. What am I talking about? The homeless. What have we got on this? Homeless.
The lights on
the lights on the homeless. They gotten worse. They gotten way worse. Is what I'm trying to say. There's way more. The graffiti is way worse. There's way more trash. I can't open up the window because it smells like absolute dog shit when I open up the window. I can smell people smoking. I smell the street. I know what the street smells like now. It's like this weird, like almost sweet smell, but it's like shit sweet. It's disgusting. That's why I got an air filter. Shout out air filters. And then like it's just disgusting. And then like people, I don't know. I don't know what it is. You know what I mean? Like I don't know. It's just bad. Okay, that's what you're saying. When crime gets unchecked, it just goes rampant. Yes, because it's way worse now. And every time I talk, like a cop goes, "Well, I don't know what to do. I don't know. It's just crazy." You know? I'm like, yeah, but I see Jason selling crack right there. And I see all his little homegirls, all the guy right there. They have the little stupid chairs. I'm right in front of that. And I'm like I'm trying to read books and shit. What do you mean? Like
yeah. Well, what is it when you can't put the worms back in or whatever it is?
You can't. I know what you're talking about. Can't put the cap on the whatever. I know what you're saying.
Once it pops, it just can't stop.
Yeah, it's over.
Know, like,
pretty much.
That's Pringles.
Pretty much. No, pretty much.
But it is at that precipice where, dude, it would take. It was that Villanueva guy, I think, was that really big prick down in Venice. He was the sheriff down there. Mm-hmm. He cleaned up the boardwalk.
Yeah.
From like all the COVID.
And he was like, everyone was like, he's a humongous prick. He's an asshole.
Because he did his cowboy hat. He should be fired. He did this day. He was
like the head of the gang, LAPD gangs, all that shit.
He might have even been one of the Cat Boys.
Yeah, he was.
And but in 2 weeks he was like, hey, I'm gonna walk down here with like the horses and garbage trucks, and we're sweeping it all in like, I think it was like 72 hours or something like that. Yeah. Because I lived down there at the time.
Right.
And
yeah.
And it's better.
Yeah.
It's still Venice. Like Venice, it is back to where Venice Beach was before COVID.
Right.
Which is like, there's obviously still a ton of crime.
Yeah.
There's still a ton of crime.
Yeah.
But there's also still like the fun stuff.
Yeah.
Like, as dumb it is, but like YouTubers are down there.
Right.
Like doing skits and stuff like that. There was a point in time where it wasn't even fun. It was scary. It was violent. It was so nomadic. It didn't make any sense.
Yeah.
So LA is at the point, the only person that can fix it is an a-hole.
Asshole. And I knew, and I think I told you and Curly Headed Overlord. I was like when Karen Bass was getting elected, I was like, no, this is not going to be good. Watch this. She's too nice. I'm like, this is not the time to be nice in LA. I think I'm pretty sure I told you this, but I was either saying this to someone. I'm like, no, it's not gonna work. She's gonna I didn't even think she was gonna do the 2 week thing, but I'm like, dude, like she's not gonna fix this problem. I guarantee.
And what sucks is the more that people are being nice, which is actually not nice.
No, right.
It takes more effort. The hole's deeper.
Right.
So you gotta fill more in, and it's just going to be, I don't know where, I mean, LA is still, I think, one of the best cities in the world.
Yeah.
It's just going to take a while for there's several districts you can't like live in.
Right.
Like, I had to move from Los Angeles to have a child.
Right.
Because you can't raise a kid in LA now.
I gotta move from downtown LA, and I'm like,
you live in ground zero though.
Right, but it would like now it's like really bad.
You could if you moved 3 blocks
to the west.
Yeah, you can't move 3 blocks any direction because there's actually
it's still
more of a.
It's still pretty bad, but 3 blocks to the west is way better than where I am.
If you went across,
if I went 1 block to the east, fuck, I'm dead.
yeah. But if you just went across Spring, you would be living like a different life.
Oh, 100%.
So if you ever did like move on the west side or like move even a little bit. Hollywood gets more dangerous.
Hollywood's weird, yeah.
It's less homelessness. But I think it's more dangerous.
They're like crazier homeless people.
Yes.
Yeah, downtown.
More likely, like you're gonna get robbed more often. I think downtown.
Hit by a car. Oh yeah.
But you're gonna get like robbed at gunpoint.
Yeah, and hit by a car in Hollywood. Yeah, it's weird. I don't know what it is about Hollywood. But yeah, it's very strange. But yeah, we need like a total prick to clean up. Maybe you gotta hire me as mayor, because I'm telling you, like the level of which I would be like, shut the fuck up. We're cleaning house. Like the level that I don't
see, dude. You would do this Napoleon stuff.
100%, and they'll call me Napoleon, the short dick energy. I don't
you
care.
would get done with the West Side, and then you'd say we're going downtown, and everybody would
I'll start with the downtown first,
and then you would move West Side.
Yeah,
and then you would say we're going to Riverside, and everyone would go, no, you're the mayor of Los Angeles, and you're like, we're moving.
We're cleaning. We're cleaning up the whole thing. The whole thing.
We're moving. You're like, to San Francisco we go. We're like, dude. That's where I think you would take too much jurisdiction.
First of all, I've already thought about that. Okay, and the answer is close. You're very good at. You're very good. So I'll start in downtown, right? Next is Koreatown, right? Then I'll be like, okay, we'll get back.
Koreatown's not that bad.
It's not. It's like whatever. It's whatever. But we need to clean up, like kind of like northern-ish Koreatown, sort of. Move to Hollywood, right? Go to West Side, Santa Monica. I'm like, yo, not Santa Monica because that's not our city, but like the area of like the West Side area.
How wrong is it that a bunch of Koreans move to the U.S. and like they have to deal with our shit? And they're not going to do anything about the homelessness.
No,
because it's such a kind culture.
What about us Americans living in American shit?
Yeah. Okay, I'm sorry. So Koreatown, just now, where are you going?
Hollywood, and then the West Side, and then I'll go to South LA last. Whatever. Don't be whatever. And then East LA is actually kind of fine, but whatever. Probably because they got gangsters and shit. They'll just shoot whatever. Anyway.
Yeah, it's a different, like South Central and stuff. It's a different thing.
Yeah, it's different.
I think what you do need to do in your run is you have to clean up Figueroa.
Yeah. Well,
so that's like, I think as south as you need to go. Yeah. But then that's a different thing than homelessness. That's it's a different thing. Now you're in drug trafficking, right? Sex trafficking,
right. And it probably like there's areas in like northern Hollywood that suck too. But like somehow they speed too much over there. They need to chill the fuck out. They drive too fast. I don't know. There's areas around LA that really need to get fixed. And it just takes someone with a little more like. One thing LA has, like I think I told you this story once. Where I saw like right outside my window, I woken up from a bus honking. Right, turns out there's someone in front. There's some homeless drug addict person in front of this bus, just kind of like standing there, like I don't know what he was doing, but like, there's a tree in my way. But he was like either trying to get hit or something. But he was like kind of like laying down and like standing in front of the bus and
the bus is just honking.
Yeah, just honking. So I get woken up by the bus, right? And the cops come, and they're like trying to pull it, like he's not moving. He's like wants to lay on the street. So the cops like kind of like yank his ass up off the street, right?
Right.
So a girl comes, random, driving by on Main Street, and she just gets out of her car. No, you can't do that. You're hurting him. No, starts filming him. No, you're gonna hurt him. Blah blah blah. Don't, you can't do that. You can't touch him. And I'm sitting there like, bitch, I saw the whole thing. I hope the cops fuck him up right now. He not only did he wake me up, he's bullshitting, he's on drugs, and he's no reason for him to be doing that. Full of shit, just causing problems. And I hope you fuck him up. And some random girl that does not live where I woke up from goes, no, you can't do that. No. So my point is, a lot of these homeless problems that we have in the Los Angeles city are voted on. But mind you, downtown LA only has like what, 19,000 people that actually live in downtown LA. Well, and even me, I technically, my ID is not technically in downtown LA. Someone asked me to vote on something. I can't do it. But shit's in Chino Hills. So like, I'm like, so even me. So like, even though I live there. So it's like, we're going to be like, well, fuck them. We're going to ban homelessness from downtown LA right now, today. And then someone from Beverly Hills, that's from Missouri or some shit, they're going to be like, no, you can't do that. You're going to hurt him. What do you do? Send him in the
But they don't live this life.
You do not live where I live. And everybody, including me, that lives in that area, would be like, even the people that live across the street in that one building, would be like, you know what? Fuck them.
Right.
Like, because I can't stress to you how much
I think a lot of the homeless guys would even say fuck them. Like, it's crazy. You know how many other homeless people like get robbed by other homeless people? Right.
They'd be like, Jesus fucking Christ, dude.
They wouldn't know they're voting against their best interest, but they would be like, well, the homeless people, we gotta fuck those guys.
The homeless people would be like, we need to get rid of the homeless. So I'm like, dude, like, I don't know what that is. I don't know what that is, or like maybe that's PR or DEI, whatever the fuck it is, or some bullshit. Because I'm just like, holy fucking Christ, like something needs to be like very done about this, and like and it needs to be like very hard. because soft touch, it doesn't work.
Well, it's misguided empathy because people believe that they're doing a good service by letting this individual just like sleep on the ground.
Right.
When I really think it comes down to like being a good leader, or even let's call it like being a good parent. Like like freedom is the most important thing.
Yeah.
But also like freedom to live in a house comes with some level of like rules, responsibility and stuff. And people desire responsibility. So if you don't make people have to be responsible and be a part of the home
society,
then they're just gonna fall off.
Gonna fuck off.
And so these individuals need a leader to say, you can't smoke crack all day on the street.
No.
And then sleep on the street.
No.
You can go outside and smoke crack on the street all day, but you're going to have to go find another place.
But at like
sleep.
9 p.m. no.
Yeah, like you can't do the curfew thing, but you can't start like laying your head. And then like, people get caught up into these, well, what do you mean? It's like, no, you can't put a sleeping bag on the street and lay your head on it.
No, you can't put it. You can't a tent
in this area.
A tent, a sleeping bag, or a blanket. No.
Let alone the whole like half block tent.
Yeah, it's covering the whole block. You have to
sometimes even televisions.
You have electricity for some reason. You have to walk on the street because you can't walk on the sidewalk because the tents are too big.
Yeah,
and Jesus help you from walking down that street in the first place.
So that's where I think I call it like misguided empathy, because that girl thinks that she's being nice to that guy, but that guy who's laying in front of the bus is begging for an ass kicking, and he found it.
Right.
And they probably were nicer than they needed to.
They were. I saw the whole thing because she was filming and freaking the fuck out. They were nicer, but like if they weren't, kind of would kick his ass a little more.
The cops should never be able to beat your ass. They should only be able to like do whatever they have to do to restrain you. Not also whatever you have to be. It could be kicking your ass, but. That's where I think we need more vigilante dudes.
Right.
To whoop his ass.
Right.
And then the cops go, nah, we'll bring him to jail.
Right. Like, we won't touch you, but we're going to get him.
Because the cops can't do... Like, what that guy deserves is like a big brother beating.
Right.
And the cops can't do that.
Can't do that.
So I just think
especially at 8 a.m. in the morning when all the traffic is running right through there.
It wrecks breakfast.
Yeah, you know what I mean? But like now you're wrecking my breakfast. I woke up because of this shit. You know what I'm saying? You woke in my sleep cycle. My sleep cycle started fucked as is. And now I gotta wake up at 8 a.m. because your dumb ass wants to stand in front of the bus. You deserve an ass kicking.
Right. So I just think there was a bunch of dudes probably standing around for the 10 minutes that there was no cops there.
Just watching them.
Not even addressing the situation.
Just watching them.
And people say, well, you shouldn't jump in and you shouldn't get involved. I think we should.
Yeah.
Not like actually kick their ass, but I think there needs to be more generally men in a situation like that to say, hey, buddy, get off of the street.
Dude, we got people smoking weed inside the subway. Like, I don't mind the subway. Like, the subway station is already bad enough. But like inside, like the doors closed. Smoking crack. Like sleeping on the subway, that's a whole different ballgame. Pissing on the subway, all this shit. That's why I'm like, I need to go back to being elite because I need to get my car back because I do not want to smell this shit no more. Like I sit down on my nice Adidas pants. Now I got to bring this shit everywhere I go. I can't sit down on my own couch now that I sat down on the subway.
Yeah, you're gonna need like outside clothes and inside clothes.
No, literally. That's why like take your fucking shoes off when you come into my house, right? Not because I'm religious, because that shit's disgusting.
Yeah.
Right? And I'm like, I gotta change clothes. I gotta wash my clothes in an alley every 5 seconds because like dare it even touches the outside in general. Like the air itself is getting into my Adidas pants. And all of a sudden my pants start to smell. These are my favorite pants. All this shit, dude. I got home after a nice weekend in New Mexico, right? Off-roading and all, clean air, all this shit. And there was homeless people there, not whatever. But I shit you not. Like I can't. I don't know what it is. But like I come home and I'm like frown. Like I don't even frown naturally. It's like there's nothing in me that like makes me frown. But like I catch myself just frowning when I come home because like I literally came on Monday morning. And I shit you not, and I'm almost at my building and look to the right, the shit building, and this one like white crack, this couple, one guy and one girl is like beating up this like white crackhead guy. Not like hard, but like they're kind of like beating his ass. And he's on the ground. He's like, They didn't do it like that hard.
He
but like,
maybe deserved it.
No, he may deserve it. But it's just like I come home at 8 o'clock in the morning from like a trip, and like that's like all I have to do is make a left into my door in my building, and I look to my right, and there's a crackhead getting beat up.
Which makes you feel like you are home.
I'm back. But I'm just like
it's a certain level of tension that people are not supposed to deal with.
Right. But
not supposed to, but struggle with dealing with.
Like go home to. Like this is what I'm going home to. Like I don't have a dog. I don't have something to make. Like what makes me happy right now is my Xbox. Like
that's why you get on the flight simulator, and you
fly away.
Fly back to where you went from. Oh my god!
In my head, mentally, I go the fuck out. I'm in Canary Islands. I don't want to be here. Like open up the window. It just smells disgusting. I get headaches now. And I'm like, no, let me fly to Canary Islands. I need to get a 4K TV. It's 1080 is not enough now.
Some random little river in Africa.
I'm just like I'm flying for hours. I'm like, what the fuck is going on? I can't do this shit no more.
Dude, you are already in like Apple's VR like simulation theory.
Dude, the level. I get it now. Like I might pay the money because
plug me in,
dude. Because like
that would be interesting. So it's like, let's say you had to live in the surroundings that you're in.
Yeah.
And then they had like some level of, they will give you rest. They'll let you rest and debrief, but you kind of plug in.
Yeah.
So get in your door, plug in,
and then you're in a whole new world.
Wake you up when your body's ready.
Right.
Are you doing that in your house?
Shit, dude. It's starting to sound interesting. That's the problem. Because now that I think about it, right? Okay. Right now, VRs are expensive, right? $500.
$4,000.
$500.
$4,000 for the new Apple Pro.
Apple one. Yeah, $500 for the MetaQuest. But it's gonna get cheaper. It's gonna get cheaper.
Yeah, and that thing sucks apparently.
No. But they're gonna get better and cheaper, like phones did, right? Then everyone's gonna have TVs. Everyone's gonna have one, right? And it's probably now that you brought that up, it's actually gonna be for people like in my situation where they're like, ew, outside, put it on.
Well, Apple Vision Pro technically should be able to cancel out even seeing.
Right.
That you could almost put on like a censored version.
Yeah.
It's like, hey, I don't see homeless. I don't see drugs.
Wow, dude. You know
that's it's like, oh my gosh, that's Disney.
You know, it's a Black Mirror episode on that, right?
Sure.
Like what happens is when you don't like someone or fuck them, you can block people in your glasses, in your eye. It's VR, but in your eyes, and you can block people. So what happens is when they show up, if they're around you, they're a completely digitalized figure. You cannot see them. You can't even hear them. Nothing. So they go. So in this episode, long story short, these two people get into a divorce, and they go, well, block. And now you cannot see or hear your husband, even if he's standing right in front of you. You're completely blurred out.
Yeah.
And I forget what happens in this episode, but it's a completely fucked up episode. I think they end up like blocking the wrong person or something like that. Or no. The wife I think it's like something like the wife cheats. The guy finds out, they break up, they divorce, but the wife blocks him from seeing his own daughter. So the husband comes home and they're trying to look at his daughter and he can't look at his daughter because the wife blocked him. She cheated, mind you.
And they're living in a simulation.
Like in real life, they're living in real life. But
he can't take the
but the
goggles
VRs are in their eye, like a contacts now. Their eye contacts now. Yes. So like that's the Black Mirror was funny about a Black Mirror. It's not like the far future. It's kind of like the near future.
But then again, I think in a situation like this, I think for like 5 to 10 years, we do what this is.
Yeah.
Hey, I'm gonna walk down the street,
block
and blocked in. Then an asshole is gonna say, stop plugging my child in, plug them in. And they're gonna say, hey, houseless individuals, we have a home for you, plug you in, and you live here now. And
that's the
now they're living
and that's the cheapest
24-hour simulation,
and that's the cheapest $500 that the city's gonna spend. They'd be like, oh, thank God, it's over.
I think you could probably get it done for $500 a month,
right?
With like the nutritional supplements that are like
you just drink it or whatever.
No, IV'd in.
Sure.
Plugged in.
I got the IV and you got your VR.
That's a version of hell.
And then we like, oh, we solved homelessness. Now they're all in a warehouse, and then they eat, they piss, they sleep, and they're gone now.
But well, then it would get really sick because then you have to get like a cage-free version, where it's just basically like how they have the
free range.
Yeah, but they only have like a little spot where it's like, for like 3 minutes a day. Like you do wake them up and let them walk into the little balcony area.
Yeah. And by the way, for them to get free, they need to achieve credits in the VR work. They need to achieve enough credits to get out.
Digital Bitcoin mining.
Right.
Like somehow there's a version of Bitcoin mining.
Right. You can't sleep on the street no more.
You can't call slavery. No. But like
you can earn your opportunity. It's an opportunity.
It's a civil servitude, maybe.
Civil servitude. Oh, you're doing work in the simulation. It's better for society.
And it's gamified, so it's fun.
It's fun. You got colors, got music. You know what I'm saying? And then like what do you mean? What do you mean that's uncivilized? We give them food. We let them sleep. We solve homelessness. What do you mean? What do you mean that's mean?
Right.
We help the society. And to be honest, that's a great idea I should do when I run for mayor. Cameron said he's running for mayor of Los Angeles in the near future. By the time I do it, it's probably be available. So I'm just saying. Thank you for that great idea. So what else are we talking about?
We got to get out of here. This is Smart and Wild, y'all. God bless you all. You know what to expect.
Love, peace, and chicken grease.
Over and out.